Hello, you are all welcome to my channel once again. Thank you for stopping by. And my name is Oge in case you are joining us for the first time. So today I want to teach us certain spiritual things that you need to know, the basic things that you need to do so that you don't fall into temptation or you don't fall into problems with the happenings in our world today. A lot of things are happening, and because we are too ignorant of them, we can't really tell where the problem is coming from. So I want to teach us those things so that you'll be aware of them in case when they start happening. I don't know if I have told us about this, but I still want to refresh our memories in case I have talked to us about that. Now I want to talk to pregnant mothers. If you are a pregnant woman and maybe your pregnancy has advanced, it's now well advanced, like you are in your third trimester. When I mean third trimester, I mean from 7 months to 9 months. And then you meet a stranger or a visitor comes to your house, but you don't know the person. And the visitor requests for a cup of water. Please do not give that cup of water to that person. Even if it's someone you know, and the person requests that you give him or her a cup of water, please don't do that. If there is anybody with you, ask that person to get that cup of water for that visitor or for that person. The reason is this: if you, as that pregnant mother, decides out of your own good heart to give that cup of water to that person, as the person is drinking that water, spiritually, the water in your womb where your baby is diminishing. Spiritually, everything doesn't happen in a day, it doesn't happen in a second. As the person is drinking that water, I want to tell you how wicked and how diabolical a lot of people are. Someone will see you, will know fully well that you are heavily pregnant, and will still send you on a message for you to help him or her out. When you receive such, don't do that. Send some other person who is more fit, who is not pregnant. Because if you give that cup of water to that person, once the person is drinking the water in the womb where your baby is diminishing. And if the person finishes that water, that means the water in the womb will dry up. Your baby will not survive. You will not give birth to a live baby. You are going to have a stillbirth. What they are doing by drinking that water is exchange of life. Exchange of life. That is what they are doing. So please, pregnant mommies, know of this. Not just only water. If you know that you are heavily pregnant and that you are in your third trimester, there are certain things you are not supposed to do for strangers, for people. There are certain things you are not supposed to do. When they request that you do that, let it be that you are disobedient. Send somebody else with you. Make somebody to help you out to do that on your behalf. Let me tell you, if they are genuine, when you send another person to do that, they will appreciate it, they will thank you. But when they are not genuine, if you send somebody else to do that, they will reject it. They will not want anybody else to do it for them. They will want you because they have a mission to accomplish. So be careful. Pregnant mothers, be careful. Your baby is priceless. That's a jewel. That's a gift from God. Be careful. Guard your pregnancy jealously. Another thing is, I want to talk to mothers who just put to bed, or mothers who have babies, newborn babies. When a woman gives birth to a child, people will rejoice. A lot of people will be pouring in to visit you and to see the newborn baby. I will advise you to get a crib for your child where you will put your child and nobody will have the right to go there and carry that child. Do not allow anybody to carry your baby, a newborn baby. Do not allow anybody who is not the father of that child to carry your child. At times, when they carry your child, there is always an exchange of life which you will not know. Now, another thing I want you to know is this. As people are coming in to visit your child, if there is any elderly person way too advanced in age, like from the age of 80 to 100, who wants to carry that child equally, even if you know the person, please do not hand your baby over to those people. Do not hand your baby over to those people. Whenever they carry your children, there is always an exchange of life. I want us to curtail this death amongst babies. Let's try and curtail it. Sometimes these are the things we can prevent, but because we are too ignorant, we can't really tell what to do and how to do it. Don't give your baby to someone who is so advanced in age, someone you know that by mere looking at the person, that the person is ready to leave any moment. When such person comes to carry your child in the name of rejoicing with you that you just put to bed, don't allow the person to carry your child. Be it a man, be it a woman, don't allow the person to carry your child. There is always an exchange of life in such things. Please, your baby is a priceless jewel. Guard your baby jealously. Another thing I want to tell us is this. There are times when someone will accomplish something in life. It doesn't matter what it is, but you made it. You are successful and everybody is happy with you. And maybe you are celebrating, you invited people to come and rejoice with you and thank God with you, and people will start giving you gifts. You see, gifts, we have to be very careful with gifts. With gifts, you can be nailed at a place. With gifts, you can be tied at a place. With gifts, you can be brought so low, so down that you will never rise. Be careful with gifts. There are gifts that people will give you. If whatever gift you receive, let me put it this way, those gifts that you will receive from friends, so-called friends, from visitors, from relatives, be very careful with them. If you want to make use of those gifts in life, especially for the newly married couples, because they normally receive gifts after their wedding, and these gifts are what they are supposed to start life with. But I want to tell you this. After your marriage, all those gifts that you receive, do not open them immediately. Never you open them immediately. Allow them to remain there for at least 1 week. Within that 1 week, make sure that you and your spouse are praying over those gifts, no matter how large in number they are. Make sure that you guys are praying over those gifts. And when you are praying, I will want you to try and get holy water. You'll be sprinkling holy water on those gifts on a daily basis while you are praying over them. After the prayers, after your 7 days prayers, if you like, you can make use of those gifts. If you don't like, you can give those gifts out to people again. When you give them out to people as gifts from you to them, assuming that those gifts has been used diabolically against you, when you give them out to people, it will no longer work. It won't work against those people, and nothing will equally happen to you. Because the name that was mentioned when performing such things was your name, not those people's name. So be very careful with the kind of gifts you receive from people. Be very careful with it. There are times when you will be celebrating something and someone will want to give you money by hand, and the person will want to make sure that the money touches your hand. Never you collect anything cash, coins, whatever, but once it's money, never you collect anything of such with your hands from somebody. If they want to give you money, they know where to put that money. Let them put it inside an envelope and drop it wherever you are. Or if they don't have any envelope but they want to give you that money, let them drop that money at your feet. But these diabolical people will never drop that money at your feet. Because once you match that money, whatever nonsense that they have done with that money will no longer work. They will want you to collect that money with your hand. Please try as much as possible to avoid collecting cash from people whenever you are celebrating something. Try and have an assistant. That is why during wedding you will find the chief bridesmaid and the best man. They are there to help the bride and the groom out. Whatever you want to tell the bride and the groom, or whatever you want to give to them, you give it to the chief bridesmaid and the best man. They will handle those things on behalf of the bride and the groom. Avoid collecting cash from people whenever you are celebrating anything. The reason is this: the wicked ones, when they give you that money, after that your celebration, that might be your last celebration. It doesn't mean that they will delete you. No, they will not delete you. You will still be alive, hale and hearty. But there is nothing like celebration in your life anymore. Because as you have collected that money, they have already collected everything that will give you that celebration. Some people are so mean and so wicked as to, when they give you that money, they will transfer you from this present generation into the generations way before you. The generations that didn't see what we are using now as a legal tender. They will take you back to those generations, that before you touch this our present legal tender, our cash and our coins, that before you see it in life to touch it to make use of you, years must have gone. That is why you see so many people after graduation from the university, you see others skyrocketing in life. They will keep on progressing. And then you will see a graduate who is so brainy, who is so talented, who is so how do I put it? You see that person just like starting from the scratch. To feed is even a problem for these graduates, not to talk of any other thing. And these people will believe that everything will work out fine one day. It will not work out fine until you find the solution to your problem. But I am giving us this teaching so that you don't fall into this problem in the first place. Whenever you are celebrating anything that you have achieved in life, and someone decides to give you money, cash at hand, don't accept it. Don't touch that money. Don't touch it. And then for couples, for people who are trying to get married, who are getting married newly, during your celebration, for us Africans that loves to spray money on people, please avoid anybody that will touch money on your forehead. Please avoid it. Even if that person is your bestie, and you notice on that very day that your bestie wants to place money on your forehead, please, it is better for you to push that your bestie away, so that your future will remain the way that God has destined you to be. Because when they place that money on your forehead, they have closed your future. Moving forward will be too difficult for you. Try and avoid all these things. It is necessary. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Everybody cannot be happy with you. It's not possible. No matter how good you are, everybody cannot be happy with you. So avoid falling into the hands of the wrong ones, please. Let people call you names that you are feeling too big, that you didn't welcome them properly. It is better for them to say that than they are saying you are so social, so loving, so caring, and then through that your loving means they will block all avenues for you, and you will not be able to tell who did what they did to you. Another thing I want to tell us about is about especially marriage ceremonies. Young girls, be vigilant. Be vigilant. This is rampant. If you watch social media, you will see so many of these things. They are happening. During your marriage celebration, no matter who that person is, man or woman, boy or girl, nobody has the right to touch your belly as a woman, as a young girl. during your marriage ceremony, nobody has the right to touch your stomach. So no matter how happy you are, dancing like someone who is drunk, the moment anybody comes closer to you, please guard your stomach jealously. Never you allow anybody to touch your stomach, even by mistake. Do not allow it. Touching your stomach is this issue of someone not getting pregnant for 10, 20 years after marriage. And you can't tell who did what. You can't tell. Even if the video captures that person, what proof do you have? The person can call it a mistake, that he or she didn't know when he or she touched your stomach. What proof do you have? This is a spiritual something. It is not something that you can prove in the court of law. You don't have any proof physically. So avoid it. Please. Had I known always comes at last. So avoid this had I known. Avoid it now. Be careful. Be careful. A lot are happening in our world today, but people are still adamant. People still do not believe in all these things. Allow the doubting Thomases. Leave them. Let them keep on doubting. But please guard yourself jealously. The reason why we are giving all these teachings is because of the future. To curtail the rate of suicide, to curtail depression, because it is depression that leads to suicide. So please, when you stop all these things, you won't fall into depression and you won't think about suicide. Okay? Heaven helps those who helps themselves. So please, in case you are joining us for the first time, I would like you to subscribe to this channel and click on that notification bell. Whenever I post any clip, you will always be notified. And give any of my videos that you love a thumbs up. Please don't forget that. It's very necessary. I love it whenever I see thumbs up that people has given to any of my videos. And if you have any question that you want to ask me, don't forget to go to the comment section and ask me that question and I will give you answer. So I'm going to see us in my next video. Have a wonderful day and God bless you.